wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
All right, let's do it. Hello, welcome to the KVJ show. Happy Tuesday. Yeah, baby. Back to the winning again today. KVJ going to be doubling up your paycheck if you need some more money, and who doesn't?
We
Starting
all
at 9
need
a.m.
money.
That's right, baby. Starting at 9 a.m., we got a chance for you to double up your paycheck. So if you entered your name on our website, you want to listen up, we'll call it. You call us back in 10 minutes, you win, just like that.
Is this contest going on forever?
Not forever.
No.
Unfortunately, all good things must come to an end.
We're going to go broke if they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Radio can't pay that much money out.
Stop tapping into your check.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yeah, but we still have a couple weeks left. I wouldn't get too confident, though, and start slacking on it. Because even though we got 5 chances to win today and 5 more on Thursday, we got just a couple more weeks left.
I remember being a little kid in this area listening to the radio for radio contests back when Jennifer Ross was on the radio.
She still is.
I'm saying on RMF is what I meant.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It's been around for a while, man.
I would call in and wait and never win.
This is the childhood station of the bird, huh? Look at you now.
I never won a radio
Look
contest.
at you now. Now you are Jennifer Ross.
I think you won the contest to work with Kevin Ralston.
You're right. I did win that one.
So you better thank the Lord.
That's right. So here we go. 9 a.m. Go sign up now, WRMF.com. And if you refer a friend and they win, you still get $500. 5 chances to win starts at 9, then it's 2 hours after, all the way till 5 p.m. today.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, I was giggling this morning reading this. They had to wake up poor Anthony Hopkins, the oldest, best ever actor winner for an Oscar, to tell him that he won. Oh,
Yeah.
bless his heart.
How about that?
He fell asleep during the Oscars. He thought it was boring, too.
Yeah.
And he was up for the best award they give out.
we have his little speech if you want it. I don't know if you do. He just did wake up.
Okay. All right.
Well, here I am in my homeland in Wales, and at 83 years of age, I did not expect to get this award. I really didn't. And I want to pay tribute to Chadwick Boseman, who's taken from us far too early. I really did not expect this. So I feel very privileged and honored. Thank you.
No, it was nice.
Aw.
I
Nice
didn't
touch.
expect it because I was sleeping.
I was
Yeah.
snoring.
I don't blame him. I mean, it was 4 a.m. in Wales when it went down. So.
Oh,
And
yeah.
plus, you're in your 80s. People
Yeah.
in their 80s like to take naps.
He's got a few of those already. It's like, all right, it's not that big a deal to him. Just another
You're
Academy
right.
Awards.
Talking Oscars, too, on Sunday, it was the lowest ratings they've ever had.
I feel like you keep on reporting on these award shows that it's the lowest ever each year.
Each year, according to the numbers that have come in, it's a drop of about 58% in terms of people watching from last year to this year. That's pretty massive.
Wow. Yeah, I almost feel like they just need to scrap what they have done, because I think people are different now. Social media has changed the game and your exposure and how you could see celebrities. It used to be when they started these award shows, that was a lot of times the only time you got to see celebrities. Keep in mind, the Oscars goes back, into the 20s and 30s. And so, it was a different time and a different era. And it seems like now maybe you might care who wins Best Picture or Best Actor if it's big enough, but maybe just do a quick video of you doing something goofy and dropping it on them while they're eating with their family or something like that. And
Well, I don't think people like the way it's voted on either. It's a stupid
Yeah.
way of voting. We don't even see how it's voted. We just these people in the back vote and
you
we
need
go,
more
yeah.
transparency. And,
Yeah.
And then, Anthony Hopkins, I think he was smart to reference Chadwick Boseman, because a lot of people felt like Chadwick Boseman. I saw that movie. I didn't see Anthony Hopkins. Chadwick Boseman, of course, delivered another amazing performance, and a lot of people thought that he should have won. I guess you don't give it to him just because you passed away, but it would have been a nice gesture. So, yeah, you're right. They definitely, I think there's sign here that the whole awards system is broken.
It's going down.
It's
going
going
down.
Yeah, they need to change something.
Something else that's going down, the talk. That Carrie Ann Inaba just announced she's like, I'm out. And I thought they fixed everything on the talk, and everybody's like all happy and hugging each other.
So
and
who's Carrie Ann?
are you setting me up for a snore?
No, I'm really not. I swear to you.
I had to look at the photo because I didn't know. I recognized the name, but when I saw her, I don't even know who she is.
She's one of the chicks that's on there. She's also a judge on Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah.
Super cute.
With Bruno and all that?
Yeah,
okay, I know
yeah,
what you're
yeah.
talking about.
She's leaving the talk, though, so I guess the talk ain't fixed yet, y'all. I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. She said, I need to focus on my health and well-being. I've decided to take a leave of absence. I know you guys understand. Health is the most important thing, and girl, we do.
What are the ratings on that since Osborne's left?
I think they've been good because everybody's been like tuned in to see what's going to be happening, but you can bet there's going to be a dip, now that the drama's gone. So
People want the drama. That's the talk loves the drama. They need it.
the drama's good for the talk, y'all. And that's what's going on in your dirt.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to kvjshow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What's on your mind?
Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you think about today, Jay Bird?
I always get shocked when I hurt myself in a new way.
Okay.
Over the weekend, I was at my niece's house, and I was walking around her living room floor, and something pierces my foot skin, and it hurt like a son of a biscuit, Virginia. And we pull it out, and it's a cat whisker. Have you ever stepped on a cat whisker?
Never.
Oh my gosh. It is a pain I did not know. It was so horrific. I couldn't believe it. But once again, these cat messages keep coming to me.
And you said cat whisker, and Suits appeared.
Yeah.
I've stepped on a cat whisker, and it's like a needle. It's the weirdest thing. So I guess when they fall out after a while, and the end that like actually was in like their face that was holding it in is really thick and sharp. It's like a tack, and it does. Like I had to pull it out of my foot. It was like stepping on something.
I had to pull mine out of my foot too, and it felt like a lightning bolt. It packed quite a punch for a whisker.
It hurts a lot.
It drops you. I thought I got sniped.
Another reason not to have a cat.
Oh my God.
Dang.
But it's just one of those weird pieces of pain that I did not know I would ever experience from something so odd. A cat whisker.
You got to watch out for those things. They're like knives.
It's all during this full moon
Wow.
that's going on, Virginia.
I'm surprised that cat whisker penetrated your shell-like foot.
It got, it's funny
Right.
because the way my foot is set up, it's the top of it is shell, the middle part is regular meaty stuff, and then the bottom half is shell. It got me right in the meats.
Oh, it got you in
Okay.
the pink part.
Right in
Yeah.
the meats it got me.
Dang. What's on your mind today, Virginia?
Well, today I get to go hang out with my ex-husband, so that's awesome.
Very nice.
All right.
Always a weird thing, when you divorce somebody and you're just like, ugh. And then you have to like spend time together.
Oh, yeah.
It's kind of weird and awkward. And,
Okay.
so Magnolia's got a few friends, and one of them invited her to go to the Bahamas. And so if she had to update her passport's over 10 years old or something. And if you're not 16 yet, which she's not 16 yet, you have to have both parents with you to get your passport.
Really?
They don't want one parent taking the little
okay.
kid.
I get that now. Yeah.
to
They
get a
could take
pass-
him out of the country.
Exactly.
Wow.
What happens if one of the parents is dead? They make an exception?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Just asking.
So up until the point where they're 16, both parents have to be present.
Okay.
So that's today. And I'm just kind of like, oh, God, am I allowed to drink?
How's this going to go? So you walk up. Will he be there first, probably?
I don't know.
All right.
Yeah, because Virginia's always late.
I am always late.
Is there going to be small talk? You want to do some role playing and make you kind of just practice for what's going to happen?
Sure.
All right. Hey, Virginia, how's it going?
Great.
That's not a good start. I'm going to call a timeout on this role play. I don't think it's a good start.
It's going to be tough, huh? And will he bring his spouse? Will your husband Panda go, or do you guys...
No. I mean, Panda will be working, and his spouse, they have multiple other children, so I'm sure she's running after some cookie crumb kid.
Funny enough, me and Panda never talk. We talk about a lot of stuff. We never talk about the relationship with him and your ex. Do they even have a relationship, Panda and him?
I mean, they're cordial. Everybody is cool and says hi and bye, and that's about it.
It's never, hey, man, did you check out that Bears game?
No, they're not going to sit down and watch a football game. No.
How would you be upset or pumped? You walk in to your house and they're watching a football game together, but everyone's peaceful, everyone's getting along, barbecues of going.
I would be weirded out, and I would be... I'm going to 7-Eleven.
Everyone's being peaceful. Everyone's all cool.
Look, they can be cool without me. It's just awkward. Like,
Okay, so you got that to look forward to today.
no, woohoo, party.
Yay.
What time is that at?
4:00.
Oh, man, it's drinking hour.
It's happy hour. Well, Mags can drive me, so yeah.
Okay. All right, well, good. That sounds like fun. Well, I asked this question because this happened to me over the weekend. On a scale of 1 to 10, how upset would you be? I was making the bed on Saturday, and you take the pillows off the bed a lot of times to get the sheets and comforter right. And I put it on the chair that is right next to me, and I noticed that the Mexican Queen, my wife, had sat down, and I was making my side of the bed. So she was sitting on one of my pillows, and as I look over at her, she rips this monstrous fart right on my pillow.
On purpose?
I saw the posts were all over social media. It was the fart heard around the world.
I was flabbergasted. I couldn't believe the audacity. One, you're sitting on my pillow, which that just, I mean, come on, your behind is where my face is going to go tonight. And then I couldn't even believe it. I made eye contact with her. She looked at me and just and let it go. I was like, that is diabolical.
It's a power move, and it's sending a message to let you know you're not in charge, first
it
of all.
really was, yes.
Yeah. Mama's in charge at the house.
I couldn't believe how taken aback I was.
Well, I saw the debate. It was raging on our social media. Can a fart in a pillow give you pink eye?
Right.
And honestly, I don't think we ever came to a correct answer.
There were a lot of people that were saying that no, that it can't, including our own engineer Keith, that seems to be up on all things like this.
I don't
It's
know.
important.
But Kevin, it was a major storyline on Jersey Shore where someone farted on a pillow and they all got pink eye. Do you remember that, Virginia?
I do, and I've actually had fake pink eye, so I think I can speak on this. You absolutely can get pink eye from a fart.
Yeah, there was a big debate about that one, and then the other one was some people thought that it was kind of funny, and other people, like Gwen, said, I think it's gross and disrespectful. What a terrible thing to do to your partner. It shows very little class.
Gwen.
Yes. So...
I mean, she definitely did it as I'm doing this on purpose, Kevin. Look at this.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't like it slipped out.
Oh, it slipped out, but she could have got up and let it slip, like, in the closet or in the bathroom. Like, I don't know, man.
Well, the thing that doesn't bode well for her is the fact that she has a history of fart terrorism.
She uses it, yes, like a weapon.
She's
She
very
wields
proud of
it.
it.
Yeah, she is.
She knows her power, and she doesn't care if you're afraid.
No, she doesn't. And so I try to shame her, hoping that maybe this will someday curtail her behavior, but it seems to be going the other way.
It makes her grow stronger.
It does. It gives her more power.
I've never met somebody who has multiple notable farts in their life.
I know.
I can rattle off 5 moments in my life where her fart stopped the world.
I hate to say it, but they're kind of like the monuments of time in my life. It's really terrible.
I mean, it can have its own Wikipedia page.
Yeah, so it was a fascinating debate and amazing just how far away people were set. Some people were like, it's a 10, and they were completely upset and couldn't believe it. Other people thought it was a 0 and be like, it's funny. And like Megan said, it's a long-term marriage. Your best friends, laugh it off. Wash the sheets, go have fun.
I saw one comment. The woman posted a picture of her and her boyfriend, and it sounded like she was lovingly saying, my boyfriend farts on my head all the time, and we enjoy it. kind of like a fun ritual they have.
It's really interesting how couples are set so differently on this similar subject.
Panda does that to you. Do you find it funny, or is it all at war?
Farts on my head?
On your pillow. He's looking at you, kind of like what the Queen did.
I mean, it would not fly the way it flew at the Ralston house.
Yeah.
I can tell you right now.
It'd be a throwdown, huh?
There would be words.
You would be upset.
I would be.
Yeah.
It's not cool. It's not nice.
Yes.
It's not.
Right.
It's not.
You're right. It's a bully move.
It is.
It's something that bullies do. Yeah, I was so taken aback. I couldn't believe it. So it was very interesting, the reactions that we got. And we did not get a consensus vote on whether or not a fart can cause pink eye.
You know, that whole situation's been the most controversial KVJ story of the month.
Yes, you're right. It has. So if you want to go check it out, it's on the KVJ Show Facebook page. You can always get us your comments, 877-979-WRMF.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Okay, got some random questions here for you. Jaybird stepped on a cat whisker. It went through his foot. Crazy, huh? But what is the most physically painful experience you have had, and what did it feel like?
Meouch.
Yeah. I know you've had a lot, Jaybird, but how would you rank your most painful experiences?
Honestly, for me, one of the worst pains I ever had was my wisdom tooth. I could not believe how that dropped me.
Yeah.
It was worse than my kidney operation.
Really?
I'm going with either the wisdom tooth, or there was one time we did a stunt where I was tied to a tree.
Oh, yeah.
And we wanted to see what would happen if I sprinted, and what would happen. Why did we do that?
We were doing it because we were talking about all those kids on the child leashes, and we were trying to show out just how inhumane it was. Because what if a kid took off bolting and then you would snap them backwards, how bad it could be? And so we did a live demonstration with that to show parents why you shouldn't do it, and we shouldn't have done it ourselves.
It was so bad because whoever tied the knot, they made it like a BTK. You could not take this knot out if you tried. It was so tight, and it was not filmed on top of it. So that was, and I ran, and I didn't really give. I flew up in the air.
It slammed you down.
And that pain was great, my friend. It was on concrete.
Are you sure it wasn't filmed?
It wasn't filmed.
I remember watching it. Maybe I watched it in real time.
You did watch it in real time, and you guys gasped when you. I heard you gasp.
It was terrifying. I was like, as soon as it happened, I'm like, that was a terrible idea.
There are just some incidences where it just changes a man, and that was one of them.
Oh, yeah. I hear you. Okay, I can get that. What about you, Virginia? You've given birth twice. How does that rank? Is that the most physically painful experience you've been through?
No.
Okay.
I think the worst thing that I went through, when I did my last surgical experience, when I had my little tummy tuck and breast lift again, and Dr. Rankin also fixed a hernia that I had. That was the worst because it was... It was just so much stress for my body, and I underestimated it. And breathing was like a struggle, and it was just I underestimated that surgical experience, and it knocked me out for the count.
Okay.
Yeah, I will never underestimate a surgical experience again. And I think it was just the fact that I had all three of those things going at once, and that's a lot.
The hernias can be tough. I was born with a hernia and had it taken to fix on my 5th birthday, and it does. You can really feel a lot of pressure going on. It don't feel right.
No, it's weird.
Okay. Mine probably collapsed the lung. Just kind of like feels like you're getting stabbed in the chest.
How did that happen again?
I have a birth defect in my lungs. And so it's kind of like a weak spot on a balloon, if you've ever seen that weird thing. And so they'll give way. And I had done something where somebody like karate chopped down onto my chest, and it collapsed one lung 100%, the other one down to 70 or 70%. So I had only 30% breathing capacity.
Did you know right away something was majorly off?
Yes, it dropped me. It was like somebody had come up behind me and stabbed me, and then you couldn't breathe. So it was a combination of the pain and then the not being able to get your breath. That was it was alarming. Yeah.
Wow.
Man, I didn't have a lot of time left when they got me there. So
Whoa.
Good thing, yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that was where the doctor, he couldn't even like numb me up. He just had to go right in to kind of get into the lung, and he stabbed down once. He's like, whoops. And I was like, whoops.
Whoops.
He missed.
Was this the Logan Hospital?
No, this is in Athens.
Okay.
Probably even worse. And yeah, so he
Dude, whoops,
he had to
really?
do it. He did the wrong area, so he had to.
Whoops.
When your doctor says whoops.
I don't want to hear whoops. I don't want to hear my bad. I don't want to hear any of it.
So I just
Whoops.
remember as he went down to do a second, I was almost like, no, just let me die.
No, just let me die.
That
You're
sounds-
done. You're done here. Where's the next
If you're
guy?
going to talk to me, I guess next in line.
Can I get the other guy?
You only get one chance at this.
Dude, that sounds so
Then you gotta move
terrible.
on. It was awful.
Whoops.
Whoops. Whoops.
He should have kicked him in the nuts.
It was like a comical whoops.
He couldn't move, the poor guy.
Yeah, that was a tough experience. Okay, what is the most overpriced item you own? Overpriced. Now that is a good question. Yesterday I was talking about how I overpaid for a shot of liquor. I could see that some people on markups, probably a lot of booze. I know clothes, designer stuff is crazy. I see some of the stuff that people pay for shoes, belts, watches is absolutely insane.
I'm not even trying to be cute. My college education. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I spent
true.
so much money on there for what, a degree?
Yeah.
Yeah, you ended up
That I don't-
going to
you
like
didn't need.
private universities and stuff that were
yeah.
like
The 5 different schools.
thousands.
And if only to graduate at FAU, a public school, and I didn't use that degree for this job.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's a communications degree, but you would have. I mean, it didn't matter for me. You hiring me, did it?
No.
What?
No.
See, it came to communicate. See how pointless it was.
They just hand those things out.
Great job, FAU.
Go Owls.
Really nailing it.
Virginia, you may be the most likely to have an overpriced item. What would you say it is?
I'm trying to think because I mean, I do like fancy stuff, but I don't like to overpay.
Okay.
All my designer stuff that I have, I do a lot of consignment shopping. I like to
Yeah.
get a nice bag, but I like to get a resale nice bag.
Okay, that wasn't the question.
I know, but I'm trying to think. Almost overpriced. My daughter, she's really expensive.
That Audi you're about to buy?
Oh my gosh, this
Yeah.
kid every day.
Okay.
The money flies out.
I don't know if you have one, Bird. Would it be any collectibles or anything like that? You've maybe paid a high dollar amount for?
I was being serious about my college education. It was way too much money. I went to a
Oh, that's it?
Yeah, all the books, all that crap. It was way too much money.
Yeah.
Thousands, and I finally paid it off in my 40s.
Yeah, we had a producer one time that was paying $48,000 a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Virginia spoke of the one private school. I'd gone to a private school only to go to FAU, and they didn't take any of those private school credits. So I had to
Yeah.
go back to take all those classes. It was a nightmare.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
awful.
What is something you regret every time it happens, but you can't stop doing it? I'd say probably drinking too much is for a lot of people.
Probably.
You know, I'm never going to do this again. And you do. I think that binge drinking and binge eating are two things for a lot of people. I know for me, that's probably about it. I'll plow down a ton of food or something in one sitting. And I'm like, what am I doing? Don't ever do that again. And then next Friday night, I do it again.
They pair as a combo too for me.
They
So
do.
I'll drink too much on Saturday, and then on Sunday to make myself feel better, I have all this greasy, cheesy, horrible food.
It's a vicious cycle, and all of us are on it.
Yeah. We were talking about what item have you most overpaid for. In fact, some people are hitting us up because there are some items that people are like going, yeah, I know that it's probably overpaying, but it's just one of those little splurges I do in life.
Pistachio nuts.
Yeah. So you can hit us up with some of your answers on that. Those are coming in right now via text, 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. And you may know, hey, you know, I'm overpaying for this. I know that, but I really enjoy it. So for me, the value is there.
Yes, I overpay for hotel rooms.
Okay.
I do that. I do. I know I overpay for hotel rooms, but I love to be in a fancy hotel.
See, and I underpay for motel rooms, and that's why one of these days I'm going to get murdered.
That's why
Yes.
you stayed in a crack den in New Jersey.
It was more of a meth palace, I would call it.
Okay. It sounds better than Crack Den.
It does.
Well, people did overpay for those Jimmy Buffett tickets, but some people say, look, I'm a big old parrot head, so it's worth dropping 10 grand on Jimmy Buffett tickets.
10 grand.
Well, that's what they were going for if you wanted those pods, because they're selling pods for his shows coming up at Old School Square in Delray Beach on May 13th, 14th, 17th, and 18th. About $10,780 was the pod that you were going to find
The
pretty
VIP.
much up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was right there near the front. But they're saying now that a lot of people actually just threw their money away. The tickets sold out in just a matter of minutes. They went on sale yesterday morning at 10 a.m. And because of that, then a lot of tickets started going off to secondary sites like Vivid Tickets and ticketsonsale.com. And people are now finding out that if they bought their tickets through a reseller, you won't be able to get in the front gate on the show night, because your ID, your license, whatever you use, has to match the name you provided at the time of purchase. And somebody else bought those tickets, you bought them on the secondary market, and tickets are non-transferable to this show.
Oh.
So some people who paid $10,000 for a pot of 4 seats just threw their money away, according to the venue organizers.
Wait, that's messed up.
It is completely messed up. Could you imagine, like, some person paid $10,780 for their pod up front, and the cheapest ones with obstructed views were going for $3,900.
These seemed very overpriced.
Well, and imagine now, not only have you paid that money, but now you're not going to the show.
Well, no, they don't seem overpriced. These tickets are overpriced.
These people will get their $10,000 back. They just have to get it back from the secondary market person they got it from.
I hope they can. I don't know, because they were trying to get some responses from the secondary ticket providers who were not responding to anybody.
Oh, damn.
And while checking on the website for the Better Business Bureau, both Vivid Seats and ticketsonsale.com rate only 1 out of 5 stars. So they're not known for customer service or getting back to you or returning your money.
Why is Buffett going for so much money?
It's a small venue. It's supposed to be intimate.
People are dying to get back out.
He's playing,
older demo, more disposable income.
Okay, you're right. You're old. You get it. Okay.
No, it's too old for me.
No, it is too old.
So,
unless I'm going to look for like a sugar daddy with 1 foot in the grave, I'm not going to Jimmy Buffett show.
The 1 foot in the grave concert.
actually, it's a great name for a tour.
Look, if Panda died, maybe I would go to look for a sugar daddy, and I'm looking for a guy who is right about to knock on death's door.
Wow. So, yeah, just curious if there's anybody out there that did buy the Jimmy Buffett tickets and you're finding out that you're not going to be able to go to the show because your name was not on the order when it was purchased. I'd be curious to hear what you're going to do and follow your saga. Will you be able to get that money back?
Yeah, I would be so pissed.
Yeah.
You got to go find that secondary market seller, dude, and you got to grab him by the neck.
The comments on social media were not kind.
Yeah, a lot of times they're not.
Yeah, so you can imagine there's a lot of very upset people about what happened with yesterday's ticket sales. Okay, we got some celebrity birthdays to look at today. Big old happy birthday to Lizzo, turning 33 today. Also, the lead singer for Fall Out Boy, Patrick Stump, turns 37. And former guitarist for Kiss, Ace Frehley, is 70 today. Also, got to do a birthday shout-out for Wyatt, turning 4. Liam as well. Brady, Julia, Aunt Becky, and Uncle Doug sent that in. So happy birthday, fellas. Got a birthday you want on the KVJ show, you can let us know. Just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com, mail@kvjshow.com to do that. We're talking about what will you overpay for? A lot of people are admitting, you know what, the Starbucks, guilty, coffee, that is one of the biggest markups that we got. People know they're overpaying and they're cool with it.
That Starbucks is crazy.
Yeah, kind of like me. Somebody had gone and ordered some cognac from a great-looking bottle and didn't realize it was $250 a shot.
Yeah, there's that. I think it is the cognac. There's one other one where, like, the Grand
Grand Marnier.
Is that the one that's like $80 a shot?
Maybe.
There's different levels of Grand Marnier. There's a regular one, and then there's one that's aged that is
Yeah.
going to set you back.
There was some douche bragging about his $90 glass of, and everyone was, dude, shut up. No one cares.
I did that one time. I was at a fancy place when I first got to New York City from the hills of Logan, Ohio, and they handed me a shot in this big old round glass, which I never drank out of anything like it before.
Snifter.
I don't know what it was. They handed it to me, and I shot it right back. Somebody's like, dumbass, that was a $75 shot of brandy.
You're supposed to sip
They're like,
it.
you're supposed to sip it. And then everybody just laughed. They're like, oh, look at the country bumpkin.
Yeah, that fancy bottle, they probably got the Louis the 13th. That's that fancy bottle that you picked up at Blue Martini
Yes.
and you were kind of juggling it, and all the bartenders gasped.
I thought it was a dummy bottle. Just a dummy man.
The bottle itself is worth like a lot of money, even with no booze in it.
When I threw up at the PGA event, it was
Yeah.
right after doing that Grand Marnier shot.
Okay.
It's too classy and rich for my
Your
soul.
body
Your body
rejected it?
rejected classy.
Your dirtbag tummy said,
It didn't like it.
Yeah. Also, somebody said, yeah, I just over the weekend paid $50 to go to the car show at the Breakers. So that Ferrari show that they had there over the weekend.
I'm surprised it was
Parking
that
runner.
little. I thought it'd be more there.
I know. I think it's what boat show parking was $50 to $80 for some of those events.
to
So,
park?
yeah, that was just the parking.
I will walk from Tequesta.
Crazy stuff, right?
You won't do it. We dare you. Your husband biked from DeQuesta.
My husband biked from our house in Tequesta to
Yeah.
Jay Bird's house.
No way.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Showed up at my house. Goes, Bird?
Help.
Wow. Help.
I had to get away.
Oh, okay.
I think me and because Dennys was over at my house. We both, when he left, we kind of feel like Panda was trying to get away from something. Because who bikes an hour and a half away from their
in
home?
one direction. Well, the thing that sucks is you realize I got to get home now.
And I even offered to take him home. I said, well, we can put the car or the bike in the car. He's like, no, I'm going back. It'll take longer.
It'll take longer.
And my man was running from something.
Well, Saturday, I had my sipping shop.
Oh, yeah.
And
okay.
Panda was home with Rocco. And then I brought my girlfriend back home from the sipping shop, and we continued to sip.
Oh, okay. So he
And
was just.
That's when the pony rides happened. The
Okay.
gymnastics competition in my living room happened with
That's-
me and my friend.
That's when she hung up on me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's when
yeah.
you just had to go, huh?
Panda was the one taking those pictures of the pony rides, and he couldn't believe it.
Well, I can't believe he's still shocked by your behavior after all these years. I think you've probably seen it all. Kind of interesting if these roles would have actually been played by the different actors that were going to do it. Like, I know you'd love Seinfeld, Virginia, and imagine if George Costanza had been played by Chris Rock. That apparently was one of the first choices.
Really?
Yeah, and he almost got the role.
He seems too put together.
Yeah, I don't think it would have worked. I mean, I think
No.
that
He's too smooth. He's too.
it worked out right. It would have been great to see Chris Rock on Seinfeld, but not in that role. And yeah, I don't know what you would have had. It's almost like you would, considering who they had in there and what their personalities were, it seemed like Seinfeld was perfectly cast. If Chris Rock were on there, it's almost like he would need to be a side character like a Newman.
And Mr. and Mrs. Costanza would have been different.
Yeah.
And they were one of the most awesome things about Seinfeld.
Yeah, imagine if Chris Rock were on Seinfeld, how that would have changed that show. It would have changed. Yeah, you're right. 3 roles, not just one. Macaulay Culkin was pursued several times to play a role on The Big Bang Theory, but at the time he's like, I don't really see myself doing a sitcom.
Oh,
Wow.
That's a tough one to give up on. Because that's
It's a massive monster.
Yeah, if you watch Scandal, Olivia Pope could have been played by Connie Britton or Taraji P. Henson, but Kerry Washington got the role. I think it probably all worked out well. I love Connie Britton. She was in Friday Night Lights. She's been in a lot of those. She was on Nashville. She's fantastic in whatever she does. Taraji P. Henson as Cookie Lion is absolutely amazing, and I couldn't imagine anybody else doing the role. And I imagine if she would have got Scandal, it would have affected that. And I think she was great as Cookie.
Empire was all about the record industry. Is that what that was about?
Yeah.
I think I'd like that show.
It was very solid. I, for some reason, gave up on it. I don't know why, but It was good. I enjoyed it. And I'd actually heard, I think some people were talking about, it's kind of falling off. So
it all falls off eventually. I mean,
there are a lot of shows, that go on 7 seasons, should have ended at 4. And they say that Wesley Snipes was originally approached to play Lucius Lyon, but Taraji P. Henson said that she would only do it if Terrence Howard was cast in that role. And so she pulled the power and got him in instead.
I guess that's her friend. And she knew she would have chemistry with him.
Yeah, I don't blame her on that.
Look, if you know you work really well with somebody and you want your show to pop, and you know you and Terrence can bring it, then I agree with her saying that.
Well, that's why I have Kevin and you in the KVJ horror movie. It's the chemistry that really
we pop.
Clicks.
You pop.
Gotta admit though, it was cool to see Wesley Snipes back in Coming to America too.
It was.
I grew up with him in so many great movies that I'd love to see him back acting a lot more again.
I'm always pulling for the older dogs.
Yeah, right. Absolutely. They say that Matt LeBlanc was offered the role of Phil Dunphy on Modern Family, but he felt like it wasn't a good fit for him, so Ty Burrell got the role instead. They say that on Gossip Girl, Blake Lively was on there playing a part for Serena van der Woodsen, but it could have gone to Jennifer Lawrence, who was 16 years old at the time.
Huh.
It was between her and Rumor Willis, and it didn't work out for either, and so it wound up going to Blake Lively. So if you love that show, you can imagine what that would have been like. Also, Elizabeth Olsen auditioned to play Daenerys Targaryen on Game of Thrones, but it went to Emilia Clarke instead.
Emilia Clarke, she's in another, I think, superhero movie. They keep giving her the superhero kind of a...
She's been doing that. She was in the Solo movie, right? Han
Yes.
Solo movie.
That's not superhero, but it's,
But
it's
she's been doing
fantasy.
some big roles.
Emilia Clarke is adorable. I love just like listening to her do interviews. She just really has her stuff together.
I think Elizabeth Olsen could have worked in that role, though, too.
I don't know Elizabeth Olsen.
She is in the WandaVision. She
don't
wound
know
up getting in
WandaVision.
that. Okay.
You
She
wanna
was
ask me?
also in those, she was in all the movies, the superhero, whatever that was, the Avengers.
Just Google it, bird.
Yeah. She was the one that had the red hair, and she was with that guy that had the gem in his forehead.
Okay. I still kind of don't know.
Okay. All right.
Just say okay.
I know. I don't want to lie.
And you're always recommending shows that Virginia doesn't watch, Jay Bird.
Always.
And we talk about critic scores and also just, the scores. What has the most influence on when you watch something? Is it friends, family? Is it an online blog? Is it a critic? They kind of broke down and did a survey to see, okay, what Americans trust when it comes to watching shows and who they listen to. And they said that Americans are twice as likely to trust random social media users over professional critics.
Big time. I don't trust the professional critics anymore. They have an agenda a lot of times. It's a weird kind of a thing that's going on with the critics now.
Yeah, in fact, it's double the numbers of people that would say they would go online and trust the opinion of a random commenter than of a renowned critic.
But if Virginia or you or Sweet Denny said, Bird, you got to watch this movie, you would love it, that's my number one.
Have you watched Outer Banks yet?
No, I haven't. It's on the list. But I guess my question back to you is, have you seen Usual Suspects?
No.
Okay, then.
You guys keep recommending stuff that you keep ignoring.
We keep ignoring each other.
I'll watch Outer Banks. I will. I'll watch it.
You're going to like it.
All right.
Yeah, and then you're going to come to me and say, you were so right.
Okay.
Yeah, and also, too, just a quick note on Outer Banks Season 2. They just finished on filming.
Good.
Yeah.
That means it's coming back maybe in the fall?
I say it'll be mid-2021 at the earliest.
All right.
So that would be sometime this summer, maybe, at the earliest. So we'll see.
I'll take it.
But when it comes to recommending shows, they say Friends is number one. 47% said it was Friends, then Family, and then just regular streaming platform algorithms. You go and you say it's recommended for you.
Yeah.
I don't really trust those.
Do you do that thing on Netflix? It goes, we're going to pick it for you. Just hit the shuffle button.
No.
I close my eyes and I'll hit the button and then I try to play a game. Do I know the movie or not? I'll try to listen to the opening
There's
lines.
a shuffle button?
There is. It goes, having trouble finding something you want, have Netflix pick it. And it does this, and then it will start to play something for you. Yeah, it's a little game I play with myself.
I've got 5 shows right now, though, because we just wrapped up one over the weekend, and I don't know what to watch next. And all I got on Netflix is 5 different shows, but I don't have a rating on any of them, so I don't know which one's better.
Sometimes there's a weird thing where it doesn't show you the rating on a movie, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, so I'm kind of lost on that. So there you go. That's where people are. So they trust friends the most. They don't trust the critics, according to what they say. 35% said that they're told that they would enjoy something. The more that somebody sells it, the less they actually find out that they like it.
Overhype. The overhype is a real thing.
Yeah, so watch overhyping it. All the lies.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Ask the question on the KVJ Show Facebook page. What are the lies that your parents told you as a kid? A lot of times they do it for behavior. I know your parents are always lying to you, Jay-Bird, about stuff.
Well, looking back now, my family was on a budget, and I did not like eating fish sticks. But my dad goes, you got to eat your fish sticks. My mom goes, you got to eat your fish sticks. I'm like, I don't want to eat my fish sticks. Well, eat your fish sticks. They make your penis grow. I ate my fish sticks. They were liars.
They were liars.
It didn't grow.
I think it went
It
the other.
stayed the same as when you were 5.
I think it went the other way.
This is terrible.
But I ate them fish sticks, though.
Okay. Justin said, yeah, my parents told me that my eyes would change color every time I lied.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of parents will do that, saying that something will happen to their kids if they do something wrong.
My mom did that with the kissing. She said if I kiss too long, my lips will blow up like a balloon, and I believed it.
I told Rocco that I had every room video monitored, and if he was lying about what happened when he hit his sister, I would just go back and look at the tape, and so he immediately confessed to hitting his sister. I'm like, dude, I'll just go back and look at the tape because I have this room.
That's a good one.
Surveillance. He's like, really?
We would do that to kids at the baseball camp. I mean, this is back in the early 2000s. There were no cameras everywhere. We would say, we have it all on film. Just tell us the truth. You hit the kid, didn't you? Yeah, I hit him. And they'd always fold.
That's the new age parenting right there. That's a good new lie. April said, my dad is missing half his pointer finger, and when we were kids, he'd hold it up and say, this is what would happen if we picked our nose.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's intense.
He said there are such things as nose sharks. What? Renee said, my grandma assured us that nowhere had bathrooms. You had to go before we left, even if you didn't need to go. Sarah said that my parents told me there was federal law that you can't go up a slide, only down. I believed them.
Federal law.
Federal law. Justin said, my parents told me that the ice cream man will only ring his bell and plays ice cream when he's out of ice cream.
That's not cool.
That is not cool. Oh, man, he's out again. So there you go. And Mike said, the lie my parents told me when I was a kid, I love you.
Oh, damn.
Mike. Got the whole thread down, man. Jeez,
Man.
that's just tough. Gosh, ouch. 2 truths and a lie. Last week, Virginia and I cracked the code. We figured out who was lying here on the show for the first time. Can we do it again, Virginia? This would be a nice streak. Okay, we've got Jaybird. We have Dennys and Suits here.
Suits with that fresh new haircut.
Looking
And
sweet.
Dennys.
Feels so much lighter.
Yeah.
Look great. It reminds me I gotta get my taxes done.
You do look
I'll
like you're
hook it
about
up for you.
about to either do taxes or a legal brief.
Very respectable. Very respectable. Okay, who wants to start with their story here today?
Suits will. Yeah, I think
Okay. Suits, okay.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Y'all
Okay.
couldn't work this out ahead of time?
We're throwing curveballs, is what we're doing. This is all designed, all of it's planned.
Oh, okay.
All of it's planned. Every move we do.
So this is from when I was on one of my cruises, because obviously, I've been on quite a few of them. I was down in Jamaica, which I've been there a couple of times. Beautiful place. I mean, if you've never been to Jamaica, it's amazing. But as you guys probably know, when you're in Jamaica, there's a lot of weed going around.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
You can score anything in Jamaica.
real easily. And I didn't realize how easy, because this was only my first time there. We were on a tour bus that was taking us up into like some of the mountains up there, because we were doing more of like a nature excursion going to this hot spring. And as we're coming up this really tight bend, the bus slows down because it's so narrow, and there's a bunch of vendors on the side holding up, the biggest bags of pot you've ever seen to the window trying to sell them to people on the bus. So obviously nobody's doing anything, but then the bus pulls over. And the driver of the tour bus, who's from Jamaica, gets out and goes and buys himself a bag of weed while he makes us all sit there and wait for him to buy the weed.
Okay.
It was very uncomfortable. And he got back on the bus like nothing ever happened and just kept driving us on his way. I have no idea if he smoked any of that and then drove us back because his driving was terrifying. They really zip around down those islands.
Yeah.
But yeah, did not care at all. Just pulled over and bought a bag of weed and made all of us on the bus wait for him.
Okay. Sounds very believable. Okay. That takes something to throw me off of that one, Virginia. That feels like that's the truth.
All right.
Okay, Bird, let's hear your story.
So when I was a kid, the Penningtons had some family issues.
That's believable.
It is believable. And
He's not lying.
Yeah.
we had to go to family therapy. This was a big deal. We finally all got on the same page, and we were going to work out our issues.
Yeah.
And it was a mess. The first time we went, it was a complete hot mess. And the woman she was a therapist, and she kept on she really connected with my mom, and everything my mom was saying, the therapist was eating it up, and that was angering my angsty oldest sister at the time, Tina. Well, the therapist then turned some of the shade on my sister. Long story short, Tina got up and tried to strangle our therapist. Cops were called, but no charges were pressed, and we were never, ever, ever asked back to this therapy session again. That was back in the late 80s.
Okay. All right. And Dennys, let's hear your story to try to figure out which one of you is telling us a lie.
So in 4th grade, me and my friend were sitting outside, and he had one of those above ground pools, the ones that aren't in the ground.
Yeah.
And there was a bird fighting a lizard in a tree, and we were kind of just watching it. And the bird went in for this lizard, and the lizard jumped, and it kind of nipped it in the air, and it spun, and it hit its head kind of like $1 Million Baby style on the side of the pool and fell in the pool. So I ran up, and I pulled the lizard out, and I performed CPR on it, and I brought it back to life.
Did you do mouth to mouth or just chest compressions?
So I opened its mouth and I blew into it really hard, and then I did chest compressions with my finger, and it came back to life.
So technically you did mouth to beak.
Yes.
Okay, all right. I just want to get the term correct.
All right. That one sounds amazing and not true, but I believe it.
All of them sound kind of real.
Dennys was a liar last week, right?
I think I was.
Jaybird was.
Jaybird was.
I can't remember either.
I thought it was Dennys, and you had said that it did happen, but it happened to a friend of yours.
Oh, that's right. It was.
That's right.
Okay.
We lie so much these days. It's hard to remember.
We can't keep it straight.
So will we have Dennys 2 weeks in a row? Because if I were going off nothing else, I would think Dennys is the one that's made up. But the one thing about Jaybird's story, I know that sometimes if he tells revealing stories about some people in his family, they may get a little upset with him, and that seems kind of revealing.
Half my family died, dog. It's okay to tell these stories now.
Okay.
That is true.
But did Tina choke somebody out?
I don't know.
Okay. She.
I didn't say. I said she attempted to. It was going at it. We had to pull her off.
What do you think of Virginia? Which one of these feels like a lie? Suits is, bus driver in Jamaica. I mean, that sounds completely true and right, and there's nothing at all too insane about that one.
Yeah, that seems like it would happen to every tour bus.
Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. That seems like the most plausible, though. I mean, it still could be a lie. So it's just randomly made that up. Dennys sounds preposterous. I can't believe that, come on.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's insane. It's crazy, but it's true. I think he saved that damn lizard.
He's good.
He may think that he saved the lizard, but if he believes it's the truth, I think it's because he was completely stoned. And he thinks he did it.
Yeah, how stoned were you sitting in the yard watching lizards and birds fight?
I mean, this was back in the day.
I'm going to stick with Dennys is the lie, and if he thinks it's the truth, it's because he was high.
Dennys is the high.
Yes, that's my thought on this. Virginia, what are you going with?
I'm going Jaybird's the lie.
Okay.
Jaybird is the lie. Okay. All right. Who do you think is the liar here? Two truths and a lie. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. We'll get your answer here in just a second. I want to say thanks to Stephanie and Pompano. I had asked the other day to Send us a story about why you think we should interview you. Do you have one of those stories that we would definitely love to hear and maybe ask you some more questions of? And she was telling this story about how her and her husband, she said her husband came to me one morning and said that he thinks our friend Kirk did something bad. She said Kirk was a good friend that worked with my husband. He had a troubled past, but all in all, he was great to us and our family. He did not have a vehicle, so sometimes my husband would let him borrow our work truck. Now, mind you, this truck and the insurance was in my name. Another friend of ours called us and said, hey, I think your truck is in the news.
Oh, boy.
Well, I was 7 months pregnant at the time, so my husband didn't want to give me too many details. So what happened was Kirk had asked the night before to borrow the truck overnight so he can go to Home Depot in the morning and pick up my husband before they went to the job site. Well, what he actually did was park the truck at a Wells Fargo in Lauderdale by the Sea. Then he walked home, stole his roommate's car, and drove to Wells Fargo. He then went inside, robbed the bank with a fake toy gun he had bought at Walmart the night before. He only got away with $1,500, but as he left, he got into the truck and somebody from the diner next door saw something suspicious and proceeded to block him in with his vehicle. So Kirk ran that vehicle with our truck, then took off.
Oh, my.
Also hitting another lady in the process, in which she broke her arm.
Oh, my.
So Kirk did get away. He abandoned our truck and hid in a nearby shed in somebody's backyard and was eventually found hours later by cadaver dogs. He ended up going to prison, in which I'd imagine he's out now because that was 7 years ago. My truck was totaled. 2 people that got hit in the process were trying to sue me for damages and medical bills. My insurance fought, and luckily the charges were dropped, as obviously it wasn't my fault. But once I was over, my insurance company that I'd been with for over 10 years dropped me like a bad habit.
Wow.
I know it's nothing too significant, but I thought maybe this might be worth your time. So, interesting story. So something like that, get those into us, and we'll pick out one of the best.
That is crazy story.
Bring them on. Yeah, that is absolutely crazy.
What a story.
Yeah, and if that's not a lie, I don't know. Maybe that's it, because you know I believe about anything.
We don't know if people are lying to us.
We don't know. Yeah. So if you got a story that you think that makes you interview worthy here on the KVJ Show, email it to us, mail@kvjshow.com. All right, who is our own liar here? Okay, I am going with Dennys. Virginia is going with Jaybird.
It's all over the place in the chat room.
You guys all did a good job.
People think it's me that's a liar. Some people think it's definitely Dennys.
Okay.
Suits is the one that's not getting a lot.
Well, the texts are going with Suits because they said that his story was just too easy.
Yeah.
Like there wasn't much into that, and it would be an easy lie to make up.
And he was so smooth in his delivery. It might be the new hair. I don't know.
In fact, I will tell you that the text messages are overwhelmingly in favor of Suits being the liar.
Dang.
Really? Yeah. Yeah.
Did we blow it,
All
Kevin?
but one is for Suits.
So that's so weird how the one chat room is all about. That's crazy.
Yeah,
I don't
the
think
texts
one
are saying
comment
something
from me.
different.
All right, I like it, boys. We confused them. Nice.
It worked.
Okay. All right. So I'm sticking with Dennys. Virginia's got Bird. Could it be Suits? Who is the liar here today?
Bird is the liar.
I knew it.
Jaybird is the liar.
I knew it.
Dennys, there's no way you gave mouth to mouth and brought a lizard back to life.
It's actually 2 occasions. My buddy's friends were shooting BB guns at lizards, and I was like, you guys got to stop. That's not cool. And they hit this lizard's leg, and he fell, and I brought it back to life by performing CPR a second time.
Dang.
A year later.
This is the same cat that saved me twice from choking. So he's done the Heimlich on me and saved me.
You're just a big lizard.
You need a lizard hospital.
Yeah, it's so random.
He's just a healing dude.
It is so random. Wow.
And that's why we call him our medicine man.
Yeah, I was a youngster in 4th grade.
All right, Virginia, congratulations. She got
Thank
it.
you.
I was
Yeah.
suspicious, but okay. All right, very nice. All right, time for another round of Dennys or Animal. And we've got Marissa and her 7-year-old son, Carter, here from Lantana to play along. Hello, Marissa and Carter.
Hi.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Good. How are you?
Okay, well, let's see how you do here. I'm sure, Marissa, you're going to get some advice from your 7-year-old Carter. We've got some animal noises here. You just got to tell me if this is the real animal making these noises in this scenario or if this is our producer, Dennys, okay?
All right, we got it.
Okay, here you go. The first thing we've got for you, this is the sound of a jaguar waiting to be fed. I believe you're supposed to say jaguar. Are you not? Or is that the car?
Jaguar.
I always said jaguar, but I mean, I'm from Lake Park. We say it different.
I went jaguar, and then I think it was maybe a car person like, it's jaguar.
Okay.
I was like,
what a
what?
douche.
Is it? So now it's one of those things I'm confused.
Just say whatever in your heart. And
Jaguar.
if anybody wants to correct you, tell them just shove it.
Okay, so here we go. A jaguar or a jaguar waiting to be fed. Oh, good heavens. Wow.
Chilling, no?
That
Oh
is
my
terrifying.
gosh, vicious.
Wow. But is that a very terrifying Dennys that's making that noise? What do you think? Dennys or animal on that, Marissa and Carter?
Animal. All right, he says animal.
Carter says animal, and he is correct. A real jaguar.
I love it, Carter.
Very nice. Okay. Here's the next animal scenario we got for you. This is an eagle feeding its young. Okay, is this Dennys or animal? Uh-oh, here it comes. Oh boy, they regurgitate. You can hear all the young.
Well, they caught it all in that clip.
They got it all. Yeah, it's an action shot. Marissa and Carter, what do you think? Is that Dennys or animal?
What do you think, Carter? That was tough. Dennys. We're going with Dennys.
Carter's going with Dennys. He is correct. Carter's 2 for 2.
Carter's nailing it.
Crushing
Yay.
it.
Nice job,
He
buddy.
is an animal lover.
You can tell.
That's
Absolutely.
that tickles all of our hearts.
Yeah, no doubt about that. And this is a real kind of terrifying story that had happened. There was somebody that was in a Target, and there was a snake on the shelf.
Oh, damn.
So scary.
Yeah, now it wasn't venomous, thankfully, but you can just imagine the horror. So here we have some audio of it. Is this Dennys or animal? There's a snake.
Oh, no, it's a snake.
You can hear the...
Oh, you can hear the shopper?
Yeah, the
you can.
shopper
There's a
there.
lot going on again.
Sounds
reacting.
familiar, that shopper.
Does it? I don't know.
I think I've heard him before in Target, maybe.
Sounds a little British, too.
Okay. For a perfect score here, Marissa and Carter, is that Dennys or animal?
What do you think? Dennys. We're going with Dennys.
Carter, you got a perfect score. Very nice.
You did it!
Well
Nailed it.
played. Good job. You're definitely officially an animal enthusiast. You got bragging rights for the whole day at school. Okay, Carter? Okay.
Thank you so much.
You are so welcome. Great job, guys. Am I the jerk? Somebody wants to know if the way that they handled their daughter's eating habits was jerky or right on. The email says, I understand the importance of eating and living healthy. It's not important to my wife, though, who has started our 4-year-old daughter off on a dangerous path of letting her eat whatever she wants. The healthiest thing I've ever seen her have is pizza. She has never once had a vegetable even in her mouth, and it's a constant topic of stress in our house. So over the weekend, my wife went out of town on a girls' trip, and I was left in charge of our daughter. I saw it as a great opportunity to introduce some healthier food. The first meal was some chicken and some vegetables. I gave her broccoli, beans, and corn to give her some options. I even put cheese sauce on the broccoli to make it tastier. Well, she sat there for an hour and wouldn't touch a thing. She wanted some ice cream instead. I told her this is not how it works when Daddy is in charge. I told her that she needs to eat the food that she was served. Well, this became a battle of wills, and it wasn't until the third day when my daughter finally ate. And when she did, she cleaned her plate and then sprung up to go play. I thought this was a triumphant moment, and I couldn't wait to tell my wife when she got home later that day. When she did, my wife lost her marbles and couldn't believe I decided to abuse our daughter when she was gone. She said she will never, ever again leave me with her. And personally, I see how my wife feeds our daughter as abuse, but I don't make half the complaint that she did. Am I the jerk for taking the same approach my parents did to finally get my daughter to eat something healthy?
Your wife sounds insane.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so what do you think? He decided to not let the daughter eat anything until she decided to eat something healthy. On day 3, she finally ate something healthy. So is he a jerk for taking this approach?
I meant the dad sounds insane. They all both sound insane.
I think it's tough because you've got two different people that have two different plans on nutrition and diet. And
Right.
it's tough, man. In my house, I go through it too.
But aren't they both going to the? They're both going to the extreme. You can't meet in the middle. You can't have pizza one day and then mix in a vegetable on another. Why does it have to be so extreme?
You got to get on the same page and you got to support each other. Yes, you can have treats, but you also need to mix in healthy food and try to teach the kids that, yes, you got to have some healthy items in your diet as well. Kids can eat more junk than adults. And that's the way I look at it. Like kids are given a little bit more of a pass, so let her have a pass here and there. But you've got to also work in a few healthy items too.
Sounds like she's trying to break that. He was trying to break that puppy a little bit.
He was, and I guess he felt that if he would have given her any type of option to have ice cream or any kind of treats, she wasn't eating anything healthy to get to that. So he's like, all right, you got to eat something healthy first, and she wouldn't eat it all. And so, because she was like, well, let me have ice cream instead. And he's like, no, you got to eat the vegetables and the chicken I gave you.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the kid running the house. You know, I want ice cream. Well, no, I'm the adult.
Yeah, you did what you did, but I think it's still all in vain. And this sometimes is one of those things that I think people, when they get together, you're all caught up in love, and then you get married, and then you have kids, and you never once talked about how you think kids should eat. And this is one of those things that later on in a marriage and a relationship reveals itself that you are on completely different platforms when it comes to the health and nutrition of your kids and what you think kids should be eating.
And it becomes a big source of frustration and fighting.
Right.
If you let there be, fights about it. Sometimes I've just given up.
Who's the more insane one out of the two parents here?
I think they both have their own thing. I don't know if either one is necessarily insane. They just have completely different philosophies on what to do with their kid. And the fact that they can't find any common ground, I think, is what's insane. And I would just tell this dad, be like, you did what you did. I don't know if you're the jerk, but it's pointless because you're going to go back to the kid eating the way that it did before, and this is going to make no kind of imprint whatsoever. You need to spend your time and energy talking to your wife saying, we've got to try to find something that's at least borderline healthy to feed this kid.
So, did you say they were married or they separated? They're actually together?
Yeah, they're married.
They're together.
Yeah.
I mean, he was alone with the daughter just because the wife went out of town for a couple of days.
Another one of those fun emails that makes marriage sound like a lot of fun.
Kevin's right, though. If you care about nutrition and you're with somebody who doesn't or goes the other way, you guys really should talk about that before you start raising kids.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that you're a jerk, but I would just say that your whole exercise was pointless, and it all did was cause a big fight. So
Basically, take it.
You didn't win.
No, resolve it. I wouldn't say take it. You got to resolve it. So, take your time and energy and talk to your wife about, okay, we got to find a common ground on this.
She does make it sound like it's not his daughter, though. You know what I mean? It sounds like it's her way or the highway.
I think that's how she's trying to make it. And you got to say, hey, look, we got to adopt a little bit of both sides.
Right.
That ain't cool.
This kid's 50% mine, 50% yours.
Yeah.
Okay, somebody asking here in this email, am I the jerk for spending my daughter's wedding money on myself? I'd seen this on the Am I the You-Know-What site last week. It said, I had saved about $35,000 for my daughter's wedding, but she eloped, so I used it to get a car and go on vacation. And now my daughter is mad because she still wanted the money, even though she didn't have a wedding. She said it was money that was earmarked for her, and she should have received it no matter how she chose to get married. Am I the jerk?
No.
Yeah.
If you saved it for a wedding,
right,
and the wedding didn't happen, You saved it for that purpose, and you didn't save it to hand over a check to your bratty kid.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it was a landslide on people saying, dude, you're not the jerk.
I would laugh and then hang up.
Uh-huh. Okay, what about this? Am I the jerk for not moving into my husband's childhood home? Says, I grew up in Fort Lauderdale, and I still live here with my husband of 2 years, who is from Port St. Lucie. His mom passed away recently, and she left him her house, which was his childhood home. His parents had lived there in that house for over 30 years, and my husband is struggling with putting it on the market. There are still notches on the door near the kitchen showing my husband and his brother's heights while they were growing. The carpet hasn't been remodeled in decades and still has a bright blue carpet through most of the house, including the bathrooms. Ugh. My husband has fallen in love with the idea of living back in his childhood home and raising our future kids there. Now, he wasn't a mama's boy, and he's having a hard time of letting go, so now he is really committed to us relocating to Port St. Lucie and living in this house as is. I am trying to be sympathetic to my husband missing his mom, but I also love where I live now and grew up, and I am digging my heels in. My husband is asking questions now about if I truly love him and why I wouldn't give him this one wish. I feel like this is a big ask, as I would likely have to find a new job, and my commute from Fort Lauderdale to Port St. Lucie would be insane. So I told him to hold on to the house as long as he needed to, and we can go there on weekends, but at the moment, that is not good enough. Am I the jerk if I hold my ground and crush his dreams?
Oh, boy.
I am so glad I'm single.
You guys need to take the Port St. Lucie house and rent it out.
Yeah.
And then that way, it's not like you're selling it. It's not like it's poof gone. But the adjustment that it would be mentally for you to go from Fort Lauderdale to Port St. Lucie would be drastic. Mm-hmm. And if you don't want to go to Port St. Lucie, then it would be really awful for you to change everything.
Well,
Yeah.
what's so bad about moving from Fort Lickerdale to Port St. Lucie? Just
It's a big difference.
It is.
And you're gonna, that's the kind of move that you make when you want to make it, not when you're being forced to by your husband.
He's being flooded with nostalgia right now.
And he can go up there.
Yeah.
You know what? He needs to go up there. He needs to fix that house up and get it ready to rent and find some people that want to move into it and rent it. And then that way he still gets to keep it in his family.
Right.
But she doesn't have to live in it.
Okay.
I mean, we all love the Pizzle. I would rather live in the Pizzle than Fort Lauderdale, personally. That's just me, though.
I do see what you're saying, and I kind of agree with you because it's so crowded.
It is.
Down south, but she's from there. She loves Fort Lauderdale. You can't take somebody out of Fort Lauderdale that loves it and say, now you're in Port St. Lucie.
Yeah.
You're a Pizzle person.
She's going to hate it.
I'd say not the jerk. And a quick email here. Somebody said, am I the jerk for being honest? My wife asked me if she looked fat in a dress that she put on, and I said, well, it's not flattering. And she said, so obviously the answer is yes. And then she stormed off, and now she's super pissed at me and has been since last week, and she even shut down sex over the weekend. I'm just trying to figure out, am I really the jerk here?
Dang.
I'm not a big fan when someone asks you an honest, hey, Virginia, does this shirt make me look fat? And it does make me look fat. And then she says, well, it does make you look fat. And then I get all butthurt about it. You shouldn't ask those kind of questions. That's a loaded question.
Well, now you know what your wife is about.
But then, with that said, he's also dumb. You always lie about that. What are you doing?
Yeah, look, I had one not spouse, but boyfriend way back in the day that I asked that question of, and he told me the truth. And he said, yes, I was looking a little pudgy. And it crushed my soul. So if I ever ask Panda, Panda always says, no, you don't look fat. You look great. And he might be lying to me, but I don't care. I like what Panda said better than what the truthful boyfriend back in the day said.
It kind of goes down. For me, if I really look terrible in something and I ask you an honest question and you go, no, Bert, it looks great, but I really look portly and awful, and you know I look portly and awful, and I go out into the world, I don't know. I think I'd rather have you tell me the truth. I don't know.
But I'm not your lover.
Some people don't really want the truth.
You don't want to hear it from your man because that's your man. And he's supposed to be attracted to you and want to, have sexy time.
So we should
if he
lie.
thinks you're gross, he needs to lie.
There's times in this world where humans need to lie, is what you're telling me. I mean, does the Boy Scout agree with that?
Okay, I would say that, I would say that in this situation, you should give them the truth. And in the future, when she asks you a question, be like, I don't think you can handle the truth.
Oh, yeah, you can't ever tell her the truth again. I mean,
moving
this is
on
where
from
we
this, I'd be
are.
like, don't ask me these questions because clearly you don't like my answers. You're trying to say I'm fat again, aren't you? Yeah, you're right. This dude might need to run away. That might be the best answer.
Get the info on everything that's going on with us at kvjshow.com.
Jaybird showed me a fun TikTok video. It was a tortilla slap, true or false.
It's weird.
And it was a couple, this guy and this girl, and they were asking each other questions. And if they got it wrong, they would slap each other in the face with the tortilla. So that's what we're going to do here today.
It was personal questions you really should know about your loved ones, people you're close with.
And we figured here on the KVJ show, we should know, right?
I feel like I know everything about you, and then all of a sudden I meet some burrito cousin Kevin has that's amazing.
Yeah.
Taco bar.
Taco bar
Right.
cousin.
I'm still a mystery to you guys. It's good.
Yeah,
After all these years, I can still surprise you.
Well, you've got a cousin from Logan down here in South. It's just
He's
crazy.
not from Logan.
Oh, well, I'm just wrong all up and down the charts.
Can I slap you now?
You think he's from Logan coming with that taco bar?
You're right.
Yeah.
Logan don't know about no taco bar.
No. Okay, so what we're going to do is going to be 3 questions each. Same question, so you can't have any variety if somebody threw tougher questions at another person. And we're just going to have the dudes slapping each other because it'd probably look weird if one guy was slapping a woman in the face with a tortilla.
We just got to get a woman on our show.
I
It'd
know.
be cool if we had that feminine
Right.
presence.
So Virginia will
I'm right
sit it
here,
out.
dude.
Okay, so it will be Jaybird and Dennys here that will be paired up and asking questions.
It's like slapping a kitten.
I mean, they should know everything about each other. They spoon at night. I
Yeah.
mean, these guys are very close.
May not be any slaps. Okay, arm yourself with a tortilla.
So we have a big tortilla and a small tortilla.
Yeah.
I did the research. Both pack quite a punch. I think the small one might give a little bit more of a sting.
That's what I had
Okay.
figured, yeah. I figured the small one would probably work better, but you can pick whichever one you want.
Yeah, you know what? I'm not trying to mansplain burritos to you.
I'm gonna try the big one out. Let's see which one's better.
All right.
Okay. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go back and forth here on these 3 standard questions. Okay, first off, ask each other, what is the state that you were born in? You got to know that or you're going to get a tortilla slap. Okay, go ahead and you can start off, Dennys, with the question.
What state was I born in, Bird?
You were born in Illinois. You were born in Chicago.
You got that correct.
Dang.
Okay.
He knows his girl.
What state was I born in?
Florida.
I mean,
Okay.
Okay, all right.
Okay, next question's about your favorite color. Go, Dennys.
What's your favorite color, Bird? Or what's
No.
my favorite color? Sorry,
what?
jeez.
What?
I got mixed
Teddy, you're ruining the game.
up. What's my favorite color, Bird?
your favorite color is silver?
Silver.
I thought you
Silver.
Hit him, Dennys.
red or yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Dang, rings galore over here.
You missed the face and hit the ear.
What?
I'm so sorry.
Wait.
That's quite a good
Oh,
slap.
Denny's, that was awesome.
All right, what's my favorite color?
Green.
Oh!
Jibber just threw it off his
It
face.
slipped out of my weak ass grip.
Okay, next one is the age in which you lost your virginity. Third and final question here in the tortilla slap, true or false?
So, what age do you think I lost my virginity?
You were a young bloomer. You lost it at 13.
You got it right.
Dang.
I'm gonna say 16.
You got it right.
Not a ton of slap in
Still
there.
going?
Okay, no, you're done.
Oh, they wanted to keep going.
You can if you just want to slap each other. Go ahead.
They liked it.
Have at it. Okay, so I will pair up with Suits on this one. We'll stick with the same 3 questions. There's probably going to be a lot more misses on this one.
Yeah, you're not as close as the dirty hippies.
Yeah, exactly. All right, Bird, you want to come sit in my chair?
Yeah.
Get a new tortilla, Suits. That one's all
This
ripped
is kind
up.
of ripped up.
Dennys went to town on Jay Bird's face.
Must
with
have hit
that
him hard with that.
He did.
What?
Pieces of it fell off, and he still can't hear in his ear.
What?
Okay. All right. Let me get a good, nice tortilla here. Okay.
Oh, man, this
Yeah.
seat.
Okay.
Makes you feel really powerful in this chair.
All right. Go ahead. Suits, I'll let you start off. Those are our 3 questions we're asking each other here in the tortilla slap fact or fiction.
All right. What state was I born in, Kevin?
Florida.
He's got it right.
Wow.
Okay. Suits, what state was I born in?
Ohio.
Slap the taste out of Suits' mouth. The kid, the prodigy, needs to learn.
That's a lot of fun.
It actually is
That
fun.
actually does pack a punch.
That was just a whipping action. North Carolina is my answer.
That's a trick question.
That was a trick question.
Well,
Tough
North
one.
Kakalaki. Did you know that,
tough one.
Virginia?
I don't know if I knew that.
I did
Yeah.
not,
My dad was
obviously.
stationed at Fort Bragg.
I
Dad
might
was
have
in the military?
Yeah, he's in the Army. He was, I was born in Pinehurst, North
Look
Carolina.
at you. You're just a mystery over there.
Yeah, you guys don't know anything about me.
Clearly.
What's your name?
Yeah.
Suits, this is your time to really get back at the boss right
All
now.
right, Kev. What's my favorite color?
Blue.
Son of a...
Am I right?
It's blue? Dang, Kevin got it right.
I do know my boy.
Oh, look at-
What was that?
What did you just do?
What was
It ripped when I tried to hit him. I tried to catch him off guard, and it ripped in half and flew away.
So it's not blue?
No, it's not.
You just hit me in the back of the head.
What just happened?
I don't
Oh
know.
my
I'm confused.
Was Suits doing tricks?
It's red.
Okay.
Suits, you gotta let me go. I'm trying to Instagram it
Sorry.
over here.
Okay.
Suits ruined Kevin's game.
I'm so confused.
I tried to throw him a curveball. My bad.
Okay.
All right.
Suits, what is my favorite color?
His favorite color is green.
Green.
Oh!
It's black.
Black? Really? Okay, I would
Yeah.
not have thought that.
And I'm a pacifist, but I think you can go a little harder on Suits.
I think he's doing great.
I feel like I'm hitting pretty good. I actually feel kind of guilty. I was like, maybe I was a little hard on those.
Clean his
I think
clock.
you're doing a good job.
Okay.
All right, Kev. What age did I lose my virginity?
21.
Oh!
That did not really go well.
Get my face. Come on.
Son of a stupid tortilla! They keep ripping and launching across the damn room.
If you're not watching,
Whoa!
he can't grip.
They keep ripping in half
What
on
is
me.
going on with Suits and the tortillas?
Suits, hold
Try
on
it
to
again. Go slow, Suits.
I want
Grab
some
it.
power in this.
We'll
Okay.
go with the smaller one.
All right, let's try the smaller one.
Yeah.
Suits is so not violent, he can't even hit you.
I'm not a violent man.
on,
What
give
can I
it to
say?
me.
Okay.
That was a good one.
That
That was the best one we had. That was it, Suits. That was it. That's how you do it.
Finally!
That's how
off
you
that
do it. Nice. Okay. All right. Suits, how old was I when I lost my virginity?
I am going to say that you were 16.
16? 14. I'm from Logan.
Damn.
Bitch. We go young.
They start early in Logan.
14, that was actually a late bloomer.
I was a late bloomer. Everybody else did it at 9.
Wow.
That's a lot of fun, though.
I enjoyed that.
It's actually a lot more fun watching Suits miss.
They keep ripping on me. I had bad luck with those things.
Turns out it's fun to slap your friend in the face with a tortilla.
And I kind of feel like you could that's a good way to wake somebody up for a little prank. Oh.
When's your dad back in
I
town?
couldn't do that. I could not. I don't think I could do that to my dad. Not at this age.
You want me to get one of my kids?
That would be good.
Rocka. He's mid-sleep. Mom, what are you doing?
Mom, why? Why a tortilla?
You haven't been listening to your teacher in class?
Bam, tortilla.
You can check out, we'll maybe do another live round video that you can see on the KVJ Show TikTok. We got TikTok now with new videos up there. Just go on to TikTok and look for KVJ Show, and we will pop up right there.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Well, you looking for some cocaine? Who isn't, right? There's tons of it, always washing ashore. And there seems to be one place where more is washing ashore than anywhere else.
Florida.
Well, yeah, but we can narrow it down to just one town in South Florida, Virginia.
Really?
Yeah. Palm Beach.
Oh.
There's been a ton of blow washing ashore in Palm Beach for whatever reason. In fact, over the weekend, in Palm Beach, a beachgoer found packages that were worth $1.5 million.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, I went by Palm Beach and it was packed on Saturday, too. There's a lot of people out there, yeah.
People are like, well, we got to go look.
I wonder why they look so active. Yeah, they say that an official with the U.S. Customs and Border Protection says that the beachgoer found 65 pounds of cocaine.
Holy moly.
That washed up along the shoreline. They then called authorities. But there's always lots of cocaine pretty much everywhere. Keys typically is where you see a lot of it,
I
too.
mean, just in this building alone, there's so much cocaine.
So much cocaine, yeah. And it didn't wash ashore here. In March, in the Keys, a snorkeler found nearly 70 pounds. And in December, another 75 pounds were also found.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are they just like capsizing? Are people throwing it overboard because they're being chased by DEA?
Sounds like they go, oh no, DEA, or oh no, pirates, throw it overboard.
Probably they thought they were getting caught, but I imagine you would not have a happy patron if you came back and you said, yeah, sorry, boss. Hefe, we had to throw the load overboard. We thought we were going to get stopped. I don't think you'd be like, oh, it's all right, no big deal. 75 pounds of cocaine.
If I found 75 pounds of cocaine, I was able to get rid of it, and I thought I could get rid of it and get that money on the down low. I don't know, dog. I've been watching Narcos.
Yeah, you should actually watch, I think it's Cocaine Island on Netflix. It's a guy who tried to do just that and wound up in prison.
Dang.
In prison?
Yes, he found cocaine and thought he was going to try to sell it off, and they set up a sting, and he got busted.
You can't arrest what you can't catch.
Yeah, and he didn't know the people we know.
Okay.
I'll be dead in a day.
If you don't have any dirtbag friends, you should definitely not try to sell the cocaine.
I would be so lucky to go to prison.
Oddly enough, the whole story was he found a dirtbag friend and tried to have him.
Found him? No.
He had a guy that he knew. There was a dirtbag, and he's like, you look like the kind of guy that would know somebody that could buy a lot of cocaine.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I got somebody. And then the DEA started catching wind of what was going on, and then they went to the shady friend, and they buckled him down, and he set up the sting on this guy.
Even in the grand scheme, let's say you are a big drug lord and you
Yeah.
lost 50 grand of cocaine.
Yeah.
Are you that mad that 50 grand's gone when you're sitting on millions upon millions?
No, but you gotta still kill somebody out of principle.
You do.
Yeah.
Damn, Kevin, you cold.
I didn't get to be this level, Virginia, by just letting things slide.
So would the drug lord just kill a guy like me who just found the cocaine, didn't know it came from anybody?
He wouldn't slap him with a tortilla.
They would do it just to do it because it's their cocaine. And that's the end. That's just the way it is.
That's the way it is. Yeah, it's about you got to set. That's how you set boundaries in the cartel.
Do I even make it to prison or do I die before the cops even get me?
No, you die day one in the cartel.
I would agree.
Yeah, probably first 10 minutes.
How do you ever relax if you work with the
probably,
cartel?
You probably get all nervous, faint in the street, and get hit by a bus.
But if you're in the cartel, how do you even enjoy lunches with everybody? You would think at any point someone's going to turn on you.
You just never know. Yeah, that's.
You can't enjoy lunch in the cartel.
You can't enjoy. I think you give up lunches
You're
and
always eating on the
dinners.
run, yeah.
Yeah,
It's tough life.
That ain't the life for me.
No,
dog.
dude, you wouldn't make it.
Guy in Largo, Florida got arrested on Saturday on drug charges, and then he tried to smuggle drugs into jail by hiding them in his prosthetic leg. And the cops even told him as they were arresting him that if he was hiding drugs in his leg, he'd be facing even more drug charges. And he's like, no, my leg's drug-free. And then they checked it going into jail. Sure enough, drugs, and he got more drug charges.
Dude, what are you doing?
They even told him, they're like, let us know now if you have drugs in your leg, because otherwise you're going to face other charges.
Like they're not going to check the leg.
And then yeah, exactly. They told you we're going to check the leg.
It's the number one spot where a one-legged guy would hide his stash.
Absolutely. And they even told him, be like, so just tell us now, you'll avoid other charges. And he lied. And then he's like, well, sorry, I got other charges to tell me.
Ay.
Border agents in Texas found somebody trying to smuggle $4.3 million worth of meth into the U.S. earlier this month inside a package of pickles. Meth pickles? Can you imagine if somebody accidentally slip some meth into your pickle.
Awful.
Meth is the one that gets you a lot of energy, right? If you do meth,
Makes you scratch the skin off your
Yeah,
neck.
it's the one that makes you look like the faces of meth that we saw online.
it's not a relaxing ride. It's more of an aggressive.
Doesn't sound like fun, no.
Okay, yeah.
If you're thinking about doing meth, go look at faces of meth, and hopefully that changes your mind.
Well, it's weird. I was watching this documentary, and the person looked like when I saw them talking, I go, they looked like they had a drug meth problem, and sure enough,
Meth has a look.
I think it does. It whittles your face down
Yeah,
a
it
bit,
does.
and I don't know if he can recover.
No. My wife has a gift now. It's a weird superpower that she can look at somebody and she'd be like, they were in recovery. She was in the industry long enough, and sure enough,
It's got a look.
I don't think she's ever missed. And there were people I'm like, well, nah, really? And then we'd have a conversation and be going, well, I just got out of recovery. Like, I'm like, no way.
Meth seems to really attack the face, man.
Just a lot of drugs do. Yeah, and if you're in the industry, then a lot of times you can just look at somebody and drugs, what it does to your face.
You can see it.
There's a look. Yeah. A racing dog trainer in New Zealand was disqualified after one of her dogs won a race and then tested positive for meth. What? The dog's on meth? That's how to get him faster, I guess.
But the dog didn't go out and
No.
score meth. You should be
Right.
thrown in jail, lady.
Yeah. There's a guy in Ocala that tried to rob a bank on Saturday, but was still just standing at the teller window when the cops showed up. He was just waiting for his money. They just stalled him, and he's standing there at the window.
Dang it. I mean,
You know you got to get out. 90 seconds, bruh.
It's wrong to rob, but you also kind of feel bad. He just didn't have
He's,
a clue.
he's not a smart man. He's not a smart man. He's walking through the teller trying to...
How long do these things take?
They're not very threatened. I mean, he's behind bulletproof glass.
If you're not threatened by the bank robber, you do start to feel bad for the bank robber.
Yeah. There's a guy in Texas that refused to get out of his car for the police even after it caught on fire.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's a guy who really didn't want to go to jail. Nah, I'm just going to stay in the burning car. Did you hear about the two DC police that decided to do some drag racing with each other and totaled their cars?
Dude.
That's got to be an uncomfortable conversation with the chief.
You got to let those guys go.
I would imagine.
I think you get fired, right?
Absolutely. You
gotta-
should be fired.
You just can't do
You can't
it.
do that.
No, you can't do that. No. There's a guy in North Dakota with a warrant that got arrested on Friday, and when the cops found him, he was wearing a shirt with Pinocchio on it, and the t-shirt read, "It wasn't me." That's fun, huh? And boy, this is dark. A priest in Denmark was charged with murdering his wife. They never found her, but they did find him with hydrochloric acid in the house. And on his web searches, it said sea depth oil barrels disappeared in cleaning.
It's that search engine, dog. It's gonna get you.
So he burned up the body with the acid and now they can't find it?
Yeah.
A lot of murderers are dumb. There's a lot of dumb murderers out
Yeah,
there.
you can't be searching for ways to get rid of a body on your own search engines.
They will search all of that. I mean, that's murder 101, bruh.
Yeah, exactly. Also, some world records being broken. A man in Idaho kept a garden hoe balanced on his nose for an hour and 41 minutes.
Was it David Rush?
Don't know. Might have been.
I think it's David Rush.
It's pretty impressive.
This guy has all the world records.
How you with the garden hoe?
I'm good with no hose.
No hose. No hose.
I'm not good with balance or competition or stamina.
Or world records.
All right, I'm beating myself up over here. I don't need a pile.
No, she's gonna.
I know.
Tomorrow's Wednesday. Yay.
I know. I'm already trying to figure out what I'm doing. I'm like, it's not looking good for tomorrow.
How are you on a pogo stick?
Terrible.
Okay.
You need to find some record with tortillas since you got a bunch of them in here already.
I do have a pogo stick though. What is
Yeah.
it?
It is 2 hours and 42 minutes with 20,100 continual jumps.
How long do you think I could jump on that thing without me falling?
5 seconds.
What? It's not even a. I don't even think you can call that a bit.
No, I think the record's over in 2 seconds. I think that's it. It's just over and done. All right, we got some digital drama here for you today. A couple scripts that people have sent us in, some different threads. One here has Arnold going off on Sarah. He's bringing it. I'll play the role of Arnold. Virginia, you can play the role of Sarah here.
All right, you better bring it, Arnie.
All right.
Here's what Arnold has to say. I hate people who only want to be around you when you have something to offer them and then don't even have the courtesy to acknowledge you on social media. Typically, we call these people at Sarah.
Are you really calling me out publicly? I barely know you and you're creepy AF. I didn't even want to accept your friend request, but I was trying to be polite. Stop tagging me in your creepy post. I'm getting major stalker vibes.
Whoa, nothing like overreacting, Sarah. Clearly, I hit a nerve of truth there. Funny how you don't ignore me when I have a boat and free White Claws to offer you and your girlfriends. It's so fun to watch your whole friend group pretending to think that they're actually hot.
Dude, you're like 50 years old and gross. You act like you think cute girls in their 20s actually want to sleep with you, and you're delusional. You're a perv, and you have really bad liver spots. I'm blocking you.
What? Liver spots? Yeah, right. I'm 39 and I'm in great shape. You're never allowed on my boat ever again, and neither are your skanky friends. You can bet that I will ruin your name with every other single guy I know with a boat. Have fun drinking on land, bitch. He is not happy.
He sounded older than 39, too. I don't know.
Kevin made him sound like he was definitely 65 years old.
Yes,
Definitely.
Sorry about that.
I loved it.
That's on me. Next up, we've got another post that was sent to us where Beth is going off. Sounds like she's calling out her sister Nancy.
Oh my gosh.
Berg could play the role of Beth, and Dennys is going to be Andrea here in this thread.
How do you want to go with this, Dennys? Just two.
We could be basic.
All right. My wedding is called off. My sister Nancy is a whore, and she ruins everything. Sorry for the late notice.
Are you serious? I had to take off work to be at your wedding. Man, your sister sucks.
I can barely type. I'm that mad. She's triggered me beyond belief. I just can't.
What did she do to make you so upset?
She shaved her head. Now she's gonna look like a potato for all of my pictures. She did this just to make me mad. I'm so pissed.
Why do you care? No offense, but this isn't a big deal. Just take a deep breath and breathe, girl. You're sounding like a bridezilla.
No offense, Andrea, but mind your own business. It is a big deal. That is my day, not my sister's. If you have a problem with it, you, along with my sister, can kiss my ass. I'm done.
Damn.
I'm done.
Fine, bitch. I'm not going to your wedding then. You want to bite my head off? Oh, hell no. I feel bad for your future ex-husband.
Oh.
You've always annoyed me. Bye, Felicia.
Damn.
They did let us know they'd done a screenshot on this, and hours later the post was deleted.
Well, of course it is, because you're putting it all out there.
And she's a bridezilla, and she's insane.
She's a bridezilla, dog.
Dude,
awesome.
run.
I got one more quick one here with a collaboration. This is Cody, who thought he was going to do something fun because he thinks social media has turned too toxic with all the political and COVID stuff on there. So he thought instead it'd be a good idea to start roasting each other. Okay. Cody is going to be played by Jaybird. Then you got people jumping into the thread like Austin. I'll be Austin. Virginia, you can be Olivia. And Dennys, you'll be Hunter. Okay.
Okay.
Jaybird, you are Cody. Go ahead and start us off here.
If you're tired of all the political and COVID stuff on here, like me, I suggest we have some laughs and do some roasts of the people in our friend group. I'll even go first. Hit me with your best shot.
Okay, Cody, your wife is so ugly that when she walks past the toilet, it flushes itself.
Not cool, Austin. I said roast me, not my wife.
Okay, sorry, Cody. When I met you, I only thought you looked stupid, and then you spoke.
Yeah, Cody, this is not going to end well for you.
Olivia, I'm a big boy. I can handle it.
Cody's such a perv that squeezing into a tight spot in a parking lot gets him horny.
That's a good one, Hunter.
Cody, that hoodie you always wear looks bad and smells like you don't ever wash it.
Olivia, that actually just sounds more like the truth than a joke.
Yeah, Olivia, saying that Cody sucks at his job is not clever. It's just a fact.
You guys are just being mean, and Olivia, I am pretty disappointed in you.
We're just doing what you asked. Didn't I tell you in the beginning this wasn't going to end well for you?
Yeah, but you're my sister.
So maybe it's not a good idea to have all your friends try to roast you on social media.
Poor Cody.
Yes.
It was fun to play.
Yeah, he thought it was a good idea.
Want more KVJ? Check out the KVJ Show podcast and After the Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts. Ready for more? The KVJ Show continues now on 97.9 WRMF.
Would you choose a job just for how much you made in tips? I bet a lot of people probably do, right? It's a big part of it because those tips are nice because, some people just kind of wink, wink, nod, nod under the table, put it right in the shoebox, and it's all good. Some mad cash, right? Am I right?
I mean, everybody knows you don't report all your tips.
According to Zippia, here's the jobs they say that makes the most money in tips. They said number one on their list is servers. And I'm just kind of curious, I know we got a lot of service industry people here. Does this list sound right to you?
You think servers make more than dancers?
And it's all going to depend on what restaurant you're working at. There's some restaurants where people are not going to leave you a huge tip. But if you're working at the Breakers, it's going to be different.
Yeah, if we were talking about South Florida, where you do have the option to work at some of those restaurants.
I mean, call me old-fashioned, but I would assume the Breakers wait staff is making more than the Chili's wait staff.
Yes.
Right?
I think, too, bartenders may make just as much as servers.
Yeah, I'm just wondering because I don't know on these, and I'm just kind of curious, especially in South Florida, would you agree with their list? And I assume they're ranked on who makes the most. It's not just a random order, and they've got servers at number 1, bartenders at number 5. And they said with bartenders, the general rule is $1 per drink or 20% of your total tab. And somebody actually texted and said, in New Orleans, my best year, I made $90,000 cash working 4 shifts a week at a neighborhood quarter bar where I didn't even have to dress like a skank. I had stripper regulars that did a lot of things to make half as much as I would on a Friday night.
I'd say how I'm going to get some extra tips. Got to open up that OnlyFans account.
Oh, that is true, man. I was doing a deep dive into that OnlyFans. Amber Rose was spilling the beans on how much she makes on tips.
Yeah.
It is insane.
So how does that work? Do you pay a regular fee and then you tip them on top of it?
There's a bunch of things. You can get tips on top of it.
All of that.
Okay.
So, and you can make, here's what you can do. Like, say you have all these guys that ask you for a foot video. You can make 1 foot video and then send it to all those guys and charge them $29.99 to open it.
But make no mistake, Ralston, that specific one-off video makes you even that much more money.
And you can also have a subscription. So you have all these guys that pay a flat fee every month, and then you send them more content. And if they want to open it, they have to pay.
Wow.
It's brilliant.
It is.
I believe you said you would be open to do the foot stuff for the right price. I think you have said that before.
I think I have to.
If it was okay, if you're making $3,000 an hour and all you had to do was pour food and put food on your feet and then try to lick it off, you would do that.
I lick it?
Yeah, you just, go like that with your...
Did you just lick your own foot?
No, I know.
did.
That was weird.
I didn't lick it. I acted like I was going to. But yeah, you would pour, chocolate syrup on your foot and then you just...
Okay.
I'm telling you, for $3,000 an hour, you wouldn't do that?
I think I would.
Of course you would. You're a businesswoman.
I got bills. I got a girl about to turn 16. She wants a car.
Yeah.
I'm not above foot licking.
So in South Florida, would servers be number 1? Somebody texted in and said, my daughter serves at Sunday Polo in Wellington and makes a lot. I bet if you're at one of those places where there's a lot of cash hanging around, you're probably going to make a lot of cash if you're a server. So maybe in South Florida it would be number 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. Next up, they've got food delivery drivers at number 2.
There's no way.
Yeah, I don't know about that either.
Where's the adult entertainment dancer?
You're trying to tell me Uber Eats is making more than the girls at the strip club? Oh, hell no.
Yeah, I know. I assume this is a national list, and I'm just wondering, 1, is this list, first of all, even accurate? And it may not be. And then 2, how would it apply to South Florida? Because I think we have more different areas where people can tip. Then I'll tell you, there are 2 things not even in their top 10. Somebody said valet.
Yeah.
Said, I had a friend, I thought it was an undercover stripper, how much cash this guy was getting parking cars. So you go to a high-end place, And that was just it the other night. I couldn't believe it. Like, I was at that Buchan there in Palm Beach, and they had like 3 Lambos lined up behind a Ferrari behind it. I'm like, gosh, how much do these people pay to, when you tip somebody, do they tip better or they still tip like $5? I don't know. But yeah, he's saying valet. And then somebody else said yachting tips, which isn't in their top 10. I guess maybe if you help somebody that's got a boat, they tip you there.
That's a big thing. So I watched this show on Bravo called Below Deck.
Okay.
And it's like these charter yachts that you rent out for the week, and maybe you'll go, like, you know, to all the islands. And there's a staff of people that work on the boat for you. And at the end of the cruise, when the week is up, you give them a big tip based on how you felt the service was on the boat. And it can be like thousands of dollars per person.
Okay. I could see that, yeah. So in South Florida, I think we're going to have a different list.
Yeah.
And I'm
We
wondering,
are.
yeah.
There's no way a food delivery driver's making
second on the list. No,
it's impossible.
No, especially they got them ahead of bartenders. They got them ahead of golf caddies. In fact, they're saying that golf caddies, you can get $50 per player if you're at one of the exclusive courses. Maybe if you're at Trump International. How much you think those caddies would make?
I mean,
So much.
I was in that world, and guys would make a lot of money, totally make a lot of money, but not nearly as much as the other industry out there. Like, I'm sorry, dancers are going to make more money.
Yeah. Did they leave strippers off the list because it's
I don't know, maybe.
It's politically incorrect.
Yeah.
too
Yeah.
sexy?
I would be more interested with an accurate list that reflects South Florida. How does it rank on jobs that make the most in tips?
It's OnlyFans account.
OnlyFans is the new way.
Right.
And there's a growing list of people who would be into the foot video.
Yeah, we're going to be getting on there today.
About to get paid.
Also on this list that you would have in South Florida, they got nannies in there and babysitters as well. You've got DJs at parties. You've got hotel employees and hairdressers and beauticians they have in their top 10.
You know what this list sounds like? It sounded like they were on a deadline and they had to have some kind of publication go out and go, all right, just give me 10 jobs really quick. Let me send it out. 'Cause I disagree with it.
I don't agree with the order and then
Yeah.
the exclusion of the adult entertainment dancers.
Yeah.
We are in South Florida, y'all.
I don't know how you get an accurate list, but it'd be interesting to have one for South Florida. Somebody said, yeah, valet at the Breakers. My fiance's old roommate was a valet there, and he bought his house in cash.
Wow.
How about that? Okay.
Can you imagine having that much cash? Ooh, I'd be
Yeah.
so nervous.
He bought the house in 1968.
Okay, well, if you are a person that was in any of these industries, you can let us know. Maybe if you know about how much you made a year in tips, best year you ever had, how much was it? Maybe we can put together our own list. That would be accurate for South Florida. What could go wrong? Genetically engineered mosquitoes coming to South Florida. They're about to start releasing them in the Keys, and some people are not really happy.
It just sounds horrifying when you say it.
They all sound right.
But I think what they're trying to do is release the ones that don't bite and then hope that those breed with the ones that do bite and they make this new species that don't bite you.
Well, the whole project is meant to reduce the numbers of one of several mosquito species that carry the dengue, the chikungunya, the Zika, and the yellow fever. So they're trying to eradicate disease is the whole point of it, what they argue. But there are some scientists that have raised concerns that the genetically engineered mosquitoes could create hybrid wild mosquitoes, which could actually worsen the spread of mosquito-borne diseases and could then be more resistant to insecticides than the original wild mosquitoes, making the problem much worse than it already is.
And we call them super mosquitoes.
Yeah, they're like super impenetrable. They look at the DEET and they just lick it and smile.
Didn't you have a story back at our old station a long time ago about them doing something like this and they made their own mega mosquito?
Yeah, I think so. They've done this many times. I mean, there's a lot of like
It had
really...
a theme song?
I think we made one. It's a mega mosquito.
Isn't that the thing with the killer bees? Aren't they like
Yeah.
something that we created as we leashed it on ourselves?
I don't think we should be doing this.
Like a bunch of dummies.
Gosh, we're dumb.
Yeah, they also also had said that they could pose a significant threat to sensitive ecosystems and even human populations in the Florida Keys. So you can understand maybe why some people are upset. The first phase is going to be releasing 144,000 of these genetically engineered mosquitoes over the course of the next 12 weeks. I think they're going to be actually starting the first release this week.
Mega mosquito.
He's coming for you, and he's got friends, and they're gonna kill you.
Oh,
They
my
are
gosh.
hungry. They are so famished.
By the time they're done, they're going to have released up to 1 billion genetically engineered mosquitoes over a 2-year period in Monroe County.
And don't they love your blood? Don't you have that sweet mosquito
They
blood?
love me. They find me. It's amazing. And
Dead man walking.
Well, I'm very sensitive to this. I was outside the other day. You know, I love going outside, love getting in the sun. I love all these kind of things. It was 4 p.m. and I caught 2 mosquitoes on me at once. At 4 p.m. I thought there were. I didn't think that was a mosquito hour.
It's
It
happy
didn't
hour.
seem fair.
They're going to get on that nice hair, give him malaria. Hello? My hair. I said my hair. Malaria? My hair.
Oh, dude.
At least I went for it, dog. At least I went for
But
it.
you tripped and fell on your teeth.
No, I did. No, I didn't. Malaria. Hello?
So I did see something. If you're like me and you're just delicious to mosquitoes, is it TikTok or TrickTok? Somebody was showing this mosquito killer lamp, and they said, this is how many I got after a minute. This is after 10 minutes. And it was after like 12 minutes, there were thousands of mosquitoes in this mosquito killer lamp. And I'm looking at this, I'm like, this is amazing.
They had that thing on Instagram too a while back. I saw the ad, same as you. I got all excited
Yes.
because mosquitoes love me too.
Yeah.
And I ordered it.
Yes.
I paid the $39.95.
Yes.
I noticed it was going to China, and I was like, uh-oh. But I still paid it.
Yeah.
And I never got my mosquito lamp. They kept my money. I sent them multiple
No.
emails saying, where's my lamp, bitch? And
Oh, no.
nothing.
It's TrickTok.
It's a trick.
Oh, no.
The one that I did.
Oh, I see. There's 2. There's the mosquito killer lamp. It's an indoor bug zapper, light mosquito trapper. And you got that one. And then there's also the Certified Mosquito Killer Lamp that is on Amazon. One is $17, the other is $20, but they look the same. It's kind of like got a purple light. It's round in the middle.
Mine was 29 something.
And you never got it.
Never got it. And never even got a response, too, when I sent all the complaint emails to that website.
When did you get it? Because I just got my Bigfoot rug not that long ago.
Dude, it's been over a year and a half.
So there's still a chance.
Wow.
The optimist.
Okay. All right. Well, if anybody's tried that or had any luck with it, let me know before I give $20 to TikTok.
Is there a place we can go buy one from a store where we can, like, see it in action?
What's
Yeah.
a store?
But you want to see what you're buying.
Exactly.
It's like testing the product
I've
out.
already been burned by this Chinese mosquito lamp once.
Right.
Then I get my money twice.
Yeah.
Did we add on mosquito on words that really
That's there.
annoy
Cheeto,
mosquito.
Dorito,
Words that really annoy
chicken.
our audience.
Yeah.
It's more of the KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
I love it when we start off with winning. It just really makes the whole day. So we've set the tone. We seem to get winners now at 9 a.m. for KVJ's Double Your Paycheck. Nathaniel Senatus of Lake Worth Beach. He wound up doubling his paycheck. His wife also referenced him too. And I got to tell you, if you refer a friend and they win, you'll also get $500. So that's a great way to do some winning. Go to WRMF.com, go and sign up or refer a friend or family member and then just keep listening. Another chance to win at 11, 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m. today. Got 10 minutes to call us back to do it. After the show podcast going to be coming up here. You can get that. It's going to be live on YouTube. Just a bit. It's always on demand as well. And go to the free 97.9 WRMF app to get our live show and after the show podcasts. Bird, all you got to do is wrap us up here today.
You guys ready for that mind bomb?
Bam. Bring it
It's
to
better
me.
than yesterday.
You're never so alive as after you thought you were going to die. Damn.
I watched you go through that.
Do you think you're gonna die? Then you become alive again. The rebirth. Shut up, Bird.
That one went a little long.
It was long.
The KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.